Welcome to another video. Today we are playing the one, the only Legendary Fisherman. Legendary Fisherman definitely upgraded in this event because Konami forgot to ban him. We're going to start by searching for an Ice J Tremora. Now, you got to be careful in this deck because you need a lot of setup to get Legendary Fisherman. You need to have a Legendary Fisherman on the field, and you need to have a Legendary Fisherman 3 in hand. And it doesn't help when your opponent's negating things. Opponent's going to have Ash Blossoms, they're going to have Imperms, they're going to have Maxies, and all we got is Legendary Fishermans. But you know what I say, if you put Legendary Fisherman in your deck, you can't lose. So let's see what happens in the Theme Chronicle event. Opponent is playing Gem Knights. They're going to tribute, try and summon some Gem Knights from the deck. I'm going to Ash Blossom that. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm scared of Gem Knights. Something about this tournament has just brought these meme tier decks to the next level. Draw an Ice J Tremora here. Looks like we're in the Fisherman beatdown plan. We have no way to assemble Fisherman right now. Its opponent negated our general Wayne up the Ice Barrier. I'm gonna search for an Ice Barrier trap, and that Ice Barrier trap would have let us search for the Fisherman. I know it's convoluted, but you gotta take drastic measures sometimes. Looks like we drew Foolish Barragoods. That's gonna let us send the Ice Barrier to the graveyard, and that's gonna let us get the Legendary Fisherman. Now I know what you're thinking. Now you can't lose. Well, there's always a chance. Let's special summon the Fisherman, banish his card. It was a Gem Knight Lapis, and Fisherman cannot attack the turn he activates his effect because that would be too strong. Konami, you know, there's got to be limits. Konami puts limits. Opponent setting. Well, it's Fisherman beatdown time. Let's get in the beatdown. Gem Knights, I'm sorry, but you're getting beat down. Let's pass the opponent. Opponent, what are all these set back row? Necro Fusion. Opponent, I was not worried because Fisherman is immune from spell and trap effects. He cannot be affected by them, but if opponent's just fusion summoning, then we could be in trouble. Opponent got more fusion spells. Special summoning. Hey, Gem Knight Lady Brilliance. This is gonna let him send a face-up Gem Knight to the graveyard and special summon a Gem Knight from the extra deck. More fusion summoning. Gem Knight Master Diamond. Alright, well, I am excited for my opponent. But I am going to negate that Gem Knight Lady. My opponent is living the Gem Knight dream. They're summoning all their Gem Knights. But we're living the Fisherman dream. And now we just got to see which dream is more powerful. If you're curious about the Legendary Fisherman, I will have the full deck list at the end of this video. So skip to the end. Opponent summoning more Gem Knights. Negate. I don't know what this does, but it's frightening. Monster effects can affect the Legendary Fisherman. He is not immune from everything. Although he cannot be destroyed by battle, as opponent has just learned. Alright. Warrior of Atlantis is going to let us search for a Legendary Ocean Field spell, but that's not going to matter right now. Because it only puts Fisherman's attack up to 2700, which is not enough to get over this Gem Knight Zirconia. We need an out to the Zirconia. Does the Fisherman have an out? Absorb Fusion. Gonna search for a Gem Knight card. Opponent gonna deal 400 damage. This is just an anime battle right now. We got an indestructible Fisherman. Our opponent has Gem Knights. Let's go into turtle mode. Until we find an answer, Fisherman will protect us. He cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. And opponent is just gonna futilely punch the Fisherman. It's futile, opponent. You can't beat Fisherman this way. Now we almost have what we need. We just need one more card. I know it looks like we have everything, but we don't. We're missing one thing. Opponent passing with no actions, not even bothering to attack. And there we go, we did it. We drew it. We drew the out. We drew the out to the Zirconia. We're going to special summon a Tremora. We're going to normal summon Warrior of Atlantis. We needed 2 Aqua monsters on the field to get an Abyss Lacia. Going to boost the Fisherman's attack up by 500 points, bringing him over the Zirconia. That is some anime level technique right there. Let's attack the opponent for 16. Opponent still has 3,050 life points left. Gem Knights could make a comeback. Gonna activate the Absorb Fusion. It's time to max C. If opponent summons anything, we're gonna draw cards. Like, never mind. Opponent has the Ash Blossom. Alright. We're not drawing any cards. Opponent. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna summon? Opponent clearly planning to summon here. They wouldn't have used that Ash Blossom. What amazing Gem Knight fusions are we gonna see? It's Prismora. Alright, once per turn. Target and destroy card. Opponent, you can't destroy the Legendary Fisherman. Learn to read. Opponent trying to destroy the Fisherman. Doesn't work. Attacks into the Abyss Lacia, letting us special summon a monster, and we're going to get the General Wayne. And if you notice, we actually sent the Whale to the graveyard, so we got Whale in graveyard. Can special summon itself. General Wayne letting us search for an Ice Barrier, and I think it's time to end this duel. Let's search for the Legendary Ocean. Let's summon Legendary Fisherman 2. Let's summon the Whale, tributing 2 monsters he can special summon himself from the graveyard. Search for a Sea Stealth. We got the 1 Sea Stealth in the deck. Let's attack, dealing 100 damage. Hit in with 2,500 damage with the Fisherman. Now we could have unbanished our opponent's graveyard, but it wouldn't have been lethal, so we're saving that. We're saving that for the end. Opponent summoning a Lapis, going into attack. Opponent, that is not going to work. No Seppuku for you. Sea Stealth attack, destroying any monster that battles our level 5 or higher water monsters. And now, let's give them the taste of Fisherman. It's beautiful. Now, like I said, Fisherman can't lose. But this is the meme festival, the theme festival. Let's see if Fisherman still holds up. Let's go on to the next game. Konami made a huge mistake by not banning Fisherman in this event. You know, I think that they really did. Look, this is our opponent playing Crusadia. Now, everyone's worried about Crusadia. I think it's a very cheap deck to assemble, and it does OTK very easily. But you make them go first, and what are they going to do? Got to set up a very awkward board. Opponent special summoning a Dugaras. Gonna let them detach to do a couple of things. They're just gonna draw 2, discard a card. Discarding a Kaiju. Glad to see that gone. That is one of the outs to Fisherman. But you know, in theory they're outs to Fisherman, but in reality they just delay Fisherman's victory. Opponent adding the field spell to hand. Field spell gonna boost their attack points. And they're gonna make the Equimax. Now Equimax can negate monster effects by tributing Crusadia cards, and not just monster effects, but any face-up card. We're gonna activate Legendary Ocean. We're gonna normal summon the Legendary Fisherman. We are gonna attack into the Leonis, dropping his attack points, and we're gonna set some back row. Opponent gets to skip their draw phase, and they are just conceding to the Fisherman back row. They weren't ready. They knew. They said they looked and they said, "This man is playing Legendary Fisherman. I've already lost. I'm out." You know what? I respect that. Let's go on to the next game. All right, we got another great hand here. We are running Pot of Greed. Not really Pot of Greed, but it is. Opponent, what are you doing? For a second, I thought they were playing Sushis, but looks like they're just playing some sort of Crowned by the World Chalice deck. Opponent going into the Link Spider. Gonna do some little plays here. Now, there are a lot of OTK decks that go second, wipe your field, try and kill you. So, when you have the option, try and make your opponents go first. Very interesting, different from the Yugioh meta, where you want to make your opponents go second. Here everyone wants to go second. Opponent summoning a Nightmare Unicorn, some World Chalices. Getting a World Key, alright. What are you up to, opponent? Setting the Succession, gonna let them special summon. Alright, whatever opponent does, we don't have to think about it, because whatever opponent gets, that's the best thing. We can just turn into a turtle. Looks like opponent doesn't actually have anything that's good, though. You know, a turtle is better than all of what opponent has. So, let's Pot of Greed. Opponent denying our Pot of Greed. And this is why Pot of Greed would be fine to unban. You heard it here first. I'm going to stand by this. Pot of Greed, fine. Let's activate Legendary Ocean, normal summon our Legendary Fisherman, and get attacking into that Nightmare Unicorn, ending the Nightmare for now. I'm going to sneaky set an Ice Barrier. Try and stop our opponent if they get some sort of attack on us. And we'll see what Crusadias can do. Or, not Crusadias, World Chalice. Crusadia is what you should be afraid of. World Chalice, I'm not so sure. Opponent summoning some monsters. Activating some effects in the graveyard. Special summoning some more monsters. Special summoning some more monsters. Special summoning some more monsters. Opponent's got a lot of monsters on field. And they got the Abramax. This is one of the most powerful boss monsters that was not banned. Opponent targeting our Fisherman. Not sure why. Fisherman is immune to monster effects while he's on the field. And we have a Numi. Opponent doing more Link Summoning. Making a Nightmare Cerberus. Alright. Well, opponent, Abermax is weak to one thing. He may be immune to a lot. He may be not able to be targeted. He may not be able to be attacked. Except this one. Once per battle, he may be able to quick effect make a card gain attack. And if he's sent to the graveyard, he may be able to shuffle a card on the field in the deck, but we can negate him. All his effects are negated. Very nice, Ice Barrier. But that graveyard effect's still going to activate. Fisherman going to die, letting us search for a Legendary Fisherman 3. And opponent hitting us with a Nightmare Cerberus. Let's activate that Ice Barrier that's in the graveyard. Getting the whale into the graveyard so we can get Legendary Fisherman on field. No, opponent! Opponent not letting us activate the Fisherman. Alright, well we had all the pieces in hand. But opponent clearly a coward. Let's go on to the next game. Maybe I shouldn't say it's cowardly to surrender to Fisherman because everyone knows he's undefeatable. Such a good point the opponent had by surrendering there. Let's activate our Foolish Grail Goods. Search for a General Wayne. General Wayne is our fallback plan if we don't have enough setup pieces. General Wayne gets us a body on field, banishes our opponent's spells that they activate, and searches for an Ice Barrier, which basically searches for another monster. So stalling for a turn with a General Wayne. Sea Stealth Attack Lock. Just happened to draw into that, which is pretty nice. And opponent is playing Monarchs. And you'll notice General Wayne here just banished his Pantheism. This has an effect in graveyard, but opponent's not going to be able to activate it because General Wayne's passive effect, banishing all his spells. Opponent activating Monarch, Stormforth, going to let him tribute our General Wayne in order to summon one of his own monsters. And I don't want General Wayne to die. We're going to save him. Get him off the field. Sea Stealth, dodge. Alright, opponent, you're going to have to tribute your own monsters. Not allowed to steal ours. Opponent setting 4 back row. Not what you like to see, but at least our General Wayne is still alive. We got a search with the Foolish Grail Goods. Send that Ice Barrier to the graveyard. Search for a monster. And we're going to get the Legendary Fisherman. Just give him a little normal summon. Opponent going to negate the summon and return him to hand. Alright, well, we'll try again next turn. Pass back to the opponent. We do need opponent to attack, or have a monster on field for us to attack to activate this Ice Barrier. Opponent gonna negate the Dwayne and the Sea Stealth attack. Very clever. Now their spells are not getting negated, or not getting banished when they activate. They are revealing 3 cards, and we get to choose which one they get. So we're gonna give them the one that they already activated. Giving them the Pantheism, and they're gonna activate it right away. In their own Imperm column. Oh, an opponent. Oh, the Imperm column. Alright, it happens to everyone. No shame. Let's go on to the next game. In the next video, I will have Fish Turbo combo, so make sure you're subscribed in order to see that. But for now, let's get Fishermaning. We're going to activate that Legendary Ocean and set a Legendary Fisherman. Now, do not ever do this. Always face up summon him, because if he's face down, he doesn't activate his effect when he dies. Opponent is playing blue Dark Magician. Sending a Dark Magician to the graveyard. Check out that beautiful Dark Magician. But sadly, opponent, we are going to banish it with the Call by the Grave to prevent it being summoned with Magician Soul's effect. Straight to the banish zone with that Dark Magician. Opponent gonna Raigeki, and this is why you always summon your Fisherman face up, because now he gets popped, but we get no value. Opponent passing. We draw a General Wayne. That is pretty good, because it's gonna let us search for Fisherman 3. Assuming we get this Ice Barrier to work. Let's go to battle. Hope our opponent forgets what we added to our hand, and set that Ice Barrier. Opponent, what plays have you got? Raigeki number 2. General Wayne. Perishing after a strong battle. Opponent sat more back row. And not attacking, so we can't activate our Ice Barrier. This is unfortunate. Let's normal summon Fisherman. Get attacking. Is this a dangerous play? Should I have just normal summoned War of Atlantis? Fisherman's in danger now. Opponent. Contributing giving us a Kaiju. Very rude. But no follow-up plays. Let's normal summon. An opponent not able to stop the normal summon attack. Alright, let's go on to the next game. So far, Fisherman is undefeated. No one can challenge his 1000% win rate. It is verifiable. Let's pot a Greed. Drawing into Fisherman and an Ash Blossom. Very cool. Let's summon General Dwayne. Get the Ice Barrier. And pass. Now we need to survive for a turn, so we can search for the Fisherman. Opponent activating pre-preparation of rites. They're playing rituals. So let's Ash Blossom. But opponent has the answer. Call by the Grave gonna negate. We are in trouble. Opponent can do whatever they want now. All we have is General Wayne banishing all their spells. Yeah, watch, look at them all get to the banish zone. It's perfect. Opponent adding. Oh, very cool. Opponent, you are a very cool person. Playing Demise, King of Armageddon. And all their spells are banished, but they're special summoning. Incantations. Very nice ritual support. And their Cycle of the Worlding. General Wayne gonna banish that. Very nice, because it does have a graveyard effect. And opponent gonna pay 2,000 life points to destroy all of our cards. General Wayne, and we are in peril. But we have an Ice Bear in the graveyard. And we have the way to summon Fisherman. Let's draw. It's perfect. Now we don't even need to use the Ice Jade Tremora. Let's activate. Get the Legendary Ocean. Normal summon the Legendary Fisherman. Special summon the Legendary Fisherman 3. And we can banish his monster. Or attack. And we're going to banish it. That 100 attack damage is not going to matter. Let's activate Sea Stealth. Opponent, what do you have? What play do you have? Opponent, Turning of the World. Gonna ritual summon another Demise. Now opponent, you're gonna activate, and we have a choice. They're paying 2,000 life points. Now Fisherman can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, so this is not gonna kill him. But it will kill our Sea Stealth and our Legendary Ocean. So the coward play is to hide behind the Fisherman, let all of our stuff die. The brave play, the bold play, banish the Fisherman, leave ourselves exposed to attack in order to use Fisherman to protect our spells. And we are going to do that. We are going to do 2,400 damage. Opponent does not have lethal. Fisherman coming back. Sometimes you got to take the brave play. And now let's show off why it was so brave. Let's use Fisherman's ability to unbanish our opponent's graveyard. Attack with the Tremora, popping the Demise, and deal double damage for Fisherman lethal. That is the way to Fisherman. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Alright, we're going first. Let's activate our War of Atlantis. Opponent is chaining a Maxi. Well, opponent, I'm sorry, but we're not special summoning any monsters today. Let's activate Legendary Ocean. Let's normal summon Legendary Fisherman. Let's set a call by and let's pass to the opponent. Opponent summoning Springin's Kit. Well, Ash Blossom negate. Opponent chaining Branded Opening. Well, we're going to chain Maxi. Opponent, if you want to summon so badly, we're going to draw some cards. Opponent going to discard a Fallen Albaz. Now, Fallen Albaz is banned, but Albion the Shrouded Dragon is not banned in this event. So, opponent clearly trying to use it to fusion. Tier 1 meta deck. It's been dropped to this. This is all they have now. Losing, surrendering to Fisherman normal summon. Not even Fisherman 3. How the mighty have fallen. Alright. I think that has demonstrated the Fisherman's ability. Let's go on to the deck list. Alright, here is the full Legendary Fisherman deck list for the Theme Chronicle event. If you want to play Fisherman and you want to do it on a budget, because this is a pretty budget friendly deck, then this is the deck list for you. You know what? Clap that. I'm going to say right now, this is budget Legendary Fisherman. Legendary Fisherman is a budget deck. Let's go through and I'll explain how. Obviously Maxi, Ash Blossom, you already have these. If you don't have them, just slap in some Book of Moons, alright? But I know you all have Ash, you all have Maxi. This is a budget deck. We got triple Legendary Fisherman 2. We got triple Wayne of the Ice Barrier. Very good way to search their Fisherman. Triple Ice Jade Tremora lets you special summon if you don't have the field spell. 2 Legendary Fisherman 2s. You only need 2. Is this a good use of your UR wildcards? Well, yes. You know, you put them in your deck, you're going to win every time. Citadel Whale, very nice way to search for the Sea Stealth attack. We got so many Legendary Oceans, you might as well. 1 Gameciel, triple Foolish Braggots, double Pot of Extravagance, nice little Pot of Greed, triple Legendary Ocean, 2 Call by the Graves, triple Ice Barrier, 2 Evenly Matched, triple Imperm. You don't have this? Slap in some more Book of Moons. Play up to 6 Book of Moons, just play 7 Book of Moons, play all Book of Moons. You don't need all these Imperms, but I know you have them. 1 Sea Stealth attack. In the extra deck, these cards don't matter. You literally will never summon them. You saw me summon one time. I think the only extra deck monster you saw me summon was Abyss Lacia, one time. I could have just made Miss Starboy instead. It literally does the same thing, boosts the attack and defense. So, you know what? You don't need this. Just play a Miss Starboy. The rest of the extra deck is just fodder to banish for Pot of Extrav. I didn't make Zeus. I didn't make any of these. Literally only Abyss Lacia one time. Alright? So you know what? This is a budget deck. Hope you liked the video. Come back next time. I'll be playing Fish Combo with Super Ancient Deep Sea King Coelacanth. And have a good night.